You can see the screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Break पूर्व में डिस्कस करते ले. What is communication? What are the different types of communication? Now we'll discuss one important thing. What are the skills required for communication? What are the different type of skills? That is something. It's a exam oriented discussion. Communication skill. There are 10 different types of skills or different types of communication written that will fall either oral communication, written communication, or listening communication, whatever we studied. But these are different types of skills required in the business nowadays. And I was telling you can relate this to your day to day personal life. Once you understand this, you can relate. Suppose active listening. The first thing I mentioned, active listening. Active listening enables you to focus on what the persons you are talking to is actually communicating. Suppose you are listening to someone. That means you are trying to understand what is the communication. You are listening to a speech, you are listening to radio or a news. But if you are active listener, you are understanding the gist of it. What is actually the discussion going on, what is talking, what is the message. That is called active listening. Active listening enables you to focus on what the persons you are talking to is actually communicating. Suppose communication na message ta kona, what are the things communicating to you? So you are not understanding, then you are not listening that properly. In active listening, you are trying to understand the summary of the communication. The second thing is feedback, giving constructive feedback. Suppose you are giving feedback to your colleague, your subordinates, or someone who is working with your co-workers. So how you are giving, a person is not doing well. So you want to give a proper feedback. Suppose your brother, you want to give a feedback to your brother. Your brother is not working well or not studying or not doing the things properly, not listening to you. You want to give some feedback. So that requires a lot of communication skill. Communication skill in the sense you should be very good giving constructive feedback. Uh, Constructive feedback means you should not hurt him or your message should pass. Giving constructive feedback. Feedback can be tricky things to give. You are trying to tell your brother that he is not studying well. At the same time, you don't want to disappoint him. You don't want to hurt him. So that requires lot of skills to communicate. So that is one type of communication skill, giving feedback. So I was telling that you can relate to your personal life. Non-verbal communication. It is non-verbal communication. When you are speaking to someone, your body language, your expression, your movement, from your facial expression, one can read, one can understand what you are trying to say. That is non-verbal communication. I was telling that suppose you are speaking something and you are crying or you are laughing. or you are indicating something. That means you are trying to express something with non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication is a communication skill example that is often neglected. However, gesture, body language, and facial expression plays a large role in the communicating. So whatever you are expressing through face, through your hand, through your mouth, through your eyes, that means a lot. That is one type of communication. In third point is mentioned presentation visual communication. This is what I was telling. The picture, the graphs, presentation visual communication is another essential communication skill. Examples to include your next employees training. That means if you are working in a software company or any organization, uh, any business, you have seen maybe different graphs in your education, so which will give the trend. Suppose you have a business, you have a company, you have one organization, what that company is doing for last 10 years. You have a graph, year 1, year 2, year 3. So whether it's increasing or decreasing, from that graph, from their visuals, you can understand the trend of their company. So that is a visual communication. So no one has to tell you whether that company is doing good, doing bad. So through that picture, through that presentation, you can understand. So yeah, it happens mostly in big company. Like I was telling, like in the graphs, in the pictures, if you are going on the road, you can see advertisement in big hoardings where you can see the picture. So from that picture, you understand something. That is visual communication. Written communication. In the digital age, most of the corporate communication goes through written communication. This can be in the form of email, social media, or messaging apps. Written communication, I was telling, just not writing the emails or any letter. So it has everything. It has drafting, business letter. That letter may vary from different person to person. If you are writing a communication to your customer, that may vary. If a customer is very happy, satisfied customer, regular customer, you are writing in one language. If a customer is not happy, complain, you are addressing the complaint, then the language may vary, language may different. So that requires a different communication. So how you are writing? You are drafting a business letter. You are drafting a contract between you and your business partner. So what you are drafting, that requires a lot of communication. So that comes under written communication skill. Oral communication is about speaking. About speaking, whatever you are talking to your friend or in form of speech, oral communication plays a big role in the trust and relationship between people and companies. Whatever you are talking to your friends, in your family, in your class, in your teachers, so that makes a big impact on your position, on your skills. So that means this is a very strong skills. One should have oral communication skill everywhere. Suppose you are in your family, in your friends, in your class. If you don't know how to talk, what to talk, with whom to talk, then it will be a problem. So, oral communication skill requires talking. Voice modulation. Voice modulation means whenever you are addressing to a group, to a class, you should know what is the volume you should talk. You should tune your volume. So if people are not able to listen to you, you should raise your voice or you should lower your voice if that is not required. So based on the audience, you have to adjust your voice. But that is called voice modulation. Voice modulation is adjusting the pitch or tone of your voice to help your listeners to clearly hear you. So if they are not able to hear your speech, that means they will not able to understand anything out of it. So whenever you are speaking, you have to understand the other side. If there is a noise, suppose you are talking and people are not able to listen, then there is no point of talking. So you have to raise your voice. You have to understand if the noise, background noise is coming or not. If the noise is coming, you have to make sure the noise is stopped. Or you have to raise your voice, how people are able to listen. So these things are coming voice modulation. So this skill is required when you are communicating, when you are speaking publicly in a big group, in a team, voice modulation. Rapport development. Rapport development. What is rapport development? You must have seen some people, they are very good in making friends. In your relations, in your friends, you must have seen people, the moment they are meeting a new person, one person who doesn't know anything, they will make friends, they will talk to each other, they will they will exchange their address, name, contact information. So they are very good in making friends. That is called rapport development. So everyone cannot do that. Some people they are very good in that. Rapport development is a communication skill example that focuses on building new friends, building and maintaining relationship through effective communication. While traveling in the train, you must have seen that people talk each other and they become good friends. And sometimes they continue that friendship. That is rapport development. That is one communication skill. Storytelling. Storytelling is also one communication skill. Most of the times, like as you have seen your father, mother, or sometimes your teachers in your friend circle. Suppose someone wants to pass a message to you, pass something like they tell the same thing in a story form. They don't tell the exact incidents. So from this, they will start the story and they will tell what exactly the story means, what is the gist of the story, what is the summary of the story. So you will understand the message in that story, from that story, what exactly he was trying to tell. And storytellers, they know what to tell and they are very good in telling, forming a story. Sometimes it could be a real life example, what to tell, how they can form a story. Suppose someone is explaining a flood situation, an accident situation to you. So that person is a storyteller. He knows what to tell, how to start, how to end, what are the things to include, what are the things to exclude. So that requires a skill, that is storytelling skill and part of communication skill, storytelling skill. Storytelling is sometimes something that often considered limited to content creator. ଏଇଟା ମୁଁ କହୁଥିଲି ତମକୁ ଯୋଉଠି ଷ୍ଟୋରୀ ଶୁଣୁଛ you you have to make sure what content you have to deliver. Content creator and the writer. That means whenever you are giving the message, you must have seen the different films, different uh, movie. So there you'll have different stories, like different messages pass through that movie, and they are making sure what is the content they want to give, how they want to deliver, what is the dialogue. So all these things you have to understand as part of storytelling. Another last skill I have mentioned, negotiation. This is required for everywhere, in business, in your home. Suppose you are working in a company, in a shops, or you take example of your family. You are negotiating with your mother. You want to go a party, your mother want to study you. You want to go outside, your mother wants to study. So that means what? You are negotiating your mother that no, I want to go out to my friends house. Your mother wants you to study. So you are without that negotiation skill, you cannot debate, you cannot discuss with your mother what you want. So that is required everywhere in business. When you are talking to a customer, when you are working in a company, you are negotiating with your boss, your manager. No, no, I can do this, I need this. You can talk to your partners. So you're negotiating. Negotiation is the bread and butter of the business. That's what is written. Negotiation is the bread and butter of the business. You go to any place, so negotiation is required. So that requires one type of communication, one skill. So that is negotiation skill, part of communication skill. So these are 10 different types of skills required in communication. At least so you can analyze yourself, you can judge yourself where you are at. So that means suppose there are 10 skills in front of you, you start mapping yourself, your skills on each of these. How good you are in listening, how good you are in writing, how good you are in communicating, how good you are in oral communication, body language. Suppose you are speaking with someone, how good you are in expression, negotiation, whether you are negotiating or you are silent. So you can relate, you can analyze yourself, you can talk to yourself with all these skills. These skills are important, and this is one important area in your syllabus, communication. Communication, and in all business aspect you may need it. You go through it, and I will take some more time on this topic. We next class we can discuss. I'll give some more input. This is one important area. Next two, three topic, whatever they are in your syllabus are very interesting. Relate to it, and we'll give more time on this. Try to read it and give some time on this. We'll end the class here, and you'll not have any class on Monday. I'll let you know on Monday. Thank you. Anything else you want to ask me now?
No, sir.